All right, let's answer Erin's question. What are your tips for doing EC when traveling? Ooh, I love this one. So I also just finished filming a mini course. By the way, all the mini courses are only going to be like, don't quote me on this, but probably around $17. So my book is like the core of the learning. If you don't have it, get it, use the code, because that's my gift to you for being here today. I'm not doing this to sell books, but I do know that it is the best resource that covers everything, because that's why I wrote it. It was hard for me to start, and I don't want it to be hard for you to start. So even if you're doing EC and you're kind of stuck with something, or you have more questions, or you want to know what's coming up next, get my book, because it's going to help you. That green button on your screen is where you can get it, and use that code only through midnight. So I really, I wanted to make some extra video courses that could help with specific questions. EC while out and about is like the biggest question that people have. So I really enjoyed filming that yesterday. It's going to be really low priced. All of them are, so that you can sort of hodgepodge together what you want, or you can get them all together. I think there's going to be about 6 or 7 of them. I can't remember the exact number. And I have one more left to film, and they'll probably be for sale next week, I'm hoping. But included in that is traveling, because traveling is a really big question for a lot of people. So I've done a lot of traveling, and a lot of we've got over 14,000 people on our email list right now that are actively engaged in EC. And I get a lot of tips from other people, from you guys. And what we've learned is there are a few basic things that really help you with EC and traveling, and it will be covered in the EC while out and about mini course if you want to go more in depth. But the overall thing is, you don't stop doing EC while you travel. And the other thing is, I just want to encourage you, Erin, know that, and yes, Laura put on there that there is a podcast on travel and EC, and that does, I think it's an excerpt from my book on that particular one. And she says, thanks, Laura. Laura's one of our coach trainees. She's awesome. So look below this question here of Erin's, and you'll see some more resources for travel. But the most important thing is that you don't stop doing it. You stay committed to it. You pack light. I always bring a mini potty with me in my carry-on bag. You're allowed to have a diaper bag, our diaper-free bag. Instead of stuffing it full of diapers, we include, so if it's going to be a stressful time, you want to have a diaper backup, because you know you're not going to maybe be able to make potty in primary. But know that most of them come up dry. I constantly have people telling me, oh, we were at the airport and she never wears daytime diapers anymore, but I had one on her just in case, because I didn't know if we'd be able to potty her. And she was dry the entire time, and we used our mini potty that we had in our carry-on bag. So you can have a mini potty with you. If you can get the bulkhead seat, if you're in an airplane, you can, that's the one with the flat wall. You can potty your baby right there on the ground or in your lap. You have more room. If the seatbelt sign is not off, if it's on, then you can stay at your seat and potty. I don't have my top hat potty here, but those are the ones that fit between your legs. And I'm actually about to start producing them. So they're impossible to find right now. We're going to be making one that's biodegradable, but it just you hold it between your legs, potty the baby over it. And you can do that in an airplane, put a blanket over your baby's lap. Nobody will know what you're doing. So when traveling, it's very important, number one, to have the right gear, okay? To not overpack, because you can buy stuff at other countries. If you're going to a third world country, you'll probably find some really cool potty stuff that you can't find in wherever. I'm in America, so stuff that I can't find here, like small underwear, well, now you can, because I have that company that I started. But it was inspired by travels to Thailand. In Thailand, I only brought what I had, which were Gerbers, which didn't even fit my son. And I brought a diaper backup for nighttime, wool with the hemp inserts. And I only brought 8 of them, right, and 1 cover. While I was there, I picked up 30 pair of tiny, small underwear, and they were awesome. And they were the inspiration for Tiny Undies. So pack light and have the right gear with you. This is one of my favorite things in the world. This is the Patet Plus. It can be used over the grass or whatever. There's a very flexible, mine has been like chewed on. It's got dirt. I don't know. It's like permanently nasty, but it's clean right now. This rubber insert goes in it. You can fold this thing up and just squish it into your bag. The rubber insert and this thing is the main part. It's only like 10 or 11 bucks. So tips for EC while traveling, bring the right gear. If the only potty you bring is this, because your baby can sit up on his or her own, this folds completely flat and fits into your bag nicely. It opens up and it makes for a very stable potty seat, but other fold-up potty seats are terrible. This makes for a very stable potty seat on any public toilet. In the airplane lavatory, on that seat even, it'll fit. And it folds up nicely in your bag. So if you're going to travel, definitely get the Pottet. I'll put a link up here on the side to get that. Oops. Oh, I hear my baby. She's going to potty her and then bring her up, unless she's already pottied him. This link should work, or it might just be Pottet. So anyway, that's another thing. The other thing that's super important, and the last thing I'll talk about with travel is, or the second to last thing I'll talk about with travel, is to set up your potty station every place you're staying. So if you're going to be moving from hotel to hotel, you need to create consistency. If you have one of these, then you put it on the big toilet and say, look, this hotel has a toilet. Our room has a toilet. Our bungalow has a toilet, because kids don't know that every place has a toilet. Or you set up your mini potty on a little rug or something, and you have your potty toy or whatever. I've even decorated with stickers around it. This is where you go potty at this home. So each place you go, you set up your potty station first. Each time you go out anywhere, you locate the potty first, offer a potty-tunity before shopping or sightseeing or whatever. And then the last thing I want to say is baby wear when traveling. If you're wearing your baby in a carrier on you, you're going to be more in tune with the signals, and you're going to have a lot less misses. The last thing I want to say about traveling is that you will probably have misses during transition times. And if you do, they're normal. You actually might not, because you might be right. Oh, thanks. The link does work. You might be more on it because you are traveling. So you're either going to have misses or not. It doesn't matter. It's not going to mess up EC to travel and do it, but you're staying committed. This toilet is not a pot. I'm sorry. This diaper is not a potty for my baby. This diaper is a backup, and I'm going to use it as a tool even during traveling. Try to use cloth as a backup. I have tiny trainers that are all cotton. I have tiny undies. Come on in. I have a lot of resources that I've created because I didn't have them while I was traveling. So use a backup when needed, and that's what it's for. And don't feel guilty about it. Hey, baby. Oh, you're so sad. Oh, goodness. You had boogies. That's not good. I'll holler for you when we're done. Thank you. So here's Branson. Oh, goodness. That's so sweet. What I wanted to say about that last part is stick with it. So be consistent. Use the backup that works for you, that makes everything easiest. I wouldn't just go to the disposables that they sell in other countries while you're traveling, because they're probably really absorbent and they might actually mess it up. But if you have 7th generation disposables, they're really good. Thank you. If you pack cloth diapers, just pack like 20 newborn size pre-folds, sew them down the middle, fold them over, and just have 20 of those, 2 covers, and find there are always people who do laundry in other countries. Wherever you're staying, ask them, what's the laundry service here? Is there somebody I can hire? Is there a laundromat? So I like to travel with cloth. I like to have some disposables for nighttime, airplane rides and stuff like that, if they're at a certain age. Otherwise, I'm baby wearing, so I'm noticing and I'm knowing, and I'm going to potty very discreetly. There are so many more things I could go over. So in the mini course, you definitely want to look into that if you are going to do EC out and about, especially traveling, and they'll give you more information, okay? And it's all improvised like I'm doing right now off the top of my head, because I have a lot of stuff in my head. So there you go. There's my tips for traveling. Oh, by the way, when you get back from traveling, the only way it can get off track is because you're stressed out from being back. So you can get EC back on track. I have a podcast episode on that. You can get it back on track when you get back after you've gotten settled in again. So it's all good. You got life going on. Travel.